someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state, and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off. I made myself a promise young. I would never work a day job, put it in the safe. Never know when I'm gonna need that. Came here with my gang, you don't know where your homies at. Gave you a lot of game, you don't owe me back. You say you a boss, gotta show me that. Never leave the house without the pack, where my at. Take an L and try to double back, we ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap, I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up, need someone to hype me up. Hype me up, hype me up, need someone to hype me up. Hype me up, hype me up, need someone to hype me up. Hype me up, hype me up.
Today on EA Sports, it's week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Gun to my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now is where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And this is a game where you don't envy a defensive coordinator. This is what you have to game plan against all week. This offense is #1 in the NFL in passing, and they're clicking here early as they get a completion there for a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant. 42.
Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is a number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here we go, set, Panther 60, Panther 60.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Bengals defense. And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. 2nd down, here's Richardson. Got his open man, it's Mallory. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. In motion is McKenzie. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
The numbers a week ago for Chase: 6 catches, 69 yards.
And when it comes to individual numbers, he's leading the pack, and all he wants to do now is finish strong and secure a league title.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. $18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Evans running straight ahead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Colt defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 80 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's #3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to #1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
Now Richardson back to throw it. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Showed that brute strength, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. On third down, here's Richardson. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And his throw is incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Richardson. He'll drop this underneath to Moss. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Samson Ebukam, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. On 3rd down, Burrow. Short throw to Smith. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Here's Brad Robbins now. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other. And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Now it's Richardson. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here. Already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Now Burrow on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow over the middle to Smith. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And Taylor going to pick up the Colts' first down as he'll get this up to the 32. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Richardson looking to throw this. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 5. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught over the middle by Asiasi. First down. Here's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Grover Stewart forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. throw. Short throw to Smith. Call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 1. A give for Taylor running right side. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. He'll get the hook up there to Woods. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a toss here. Moss running to the left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Richardson looking to throw. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he has been the featured receiver on this drive. They've looked his way a number of times. Why not get it to him on 3rd down? And they do. And they're able to keep this drive moving.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Richardson looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Richardson now on 2nd down. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Bengals getting set to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They go play action with Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll run on 1st down with Evans. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll go right back to Evans. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Hey,
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. 1-1, ready? 46. 46 to Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from Tyler Boyd. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now this one complete on the slant route. The result, a first down, as the quick slant gets him 14. Richardson out of the shotgun. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. He finds his man, complete. That's McKenzie. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, Richardson. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And Richardson looks to throw once more. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Richardson on 3rd and short. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he comes back with one complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the... So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. A touchdown pass for Trevor Lawrence. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Desmond Ridder with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. All eyes on Anthony Richardson as he brings the Colts offense back out there.
And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Richardson now to throw on second down. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Richardson working from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here first and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Able to find Higgins. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down. Play action. It's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Just more of the same here. That's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They've looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another first down.
On first and 10, it's Evans. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll go right back to Evans here on first down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On second down, a run with Evans. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
46, boys, 46.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Short throw to Smith. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the lead extended, and I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. Takes it to about the 37. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Two yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
57, Mike 57.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 45 yards on the ground for him so far. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the draw is Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now Richardson. That's to the tight end, Mallory. And out of bounds right around the 20. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And Richardson back to throw it. And he'll find Pittman. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Moss. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Moss once more. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Zach Moss, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their 1st touchdown of the game.
Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here. Richardson will throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And the Colts getting ready to go. They take over already inside the red zone thanks to a great return there after the fumble. 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Richardson